As it is written, the kingdom is within us. Come together and discuss the issues within the kingdom. Speak your peace. Speak the truth. For the kingdom is at hand. Kingdom Conversations.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings to the whole house, to the kingdom of the Israelites. Father, we thank you once again for another conversation that we're going to have with your people that you surname, according to what the books say, not what Brother C says. We thank you for showing mercy, grace, and peace upon these people that you also surnamed. We ask that the conversation be edifying and that it ultimately lead men, women, and children back to your book, which ultimately leads back to you, Father. Father, we thank the Holy Spirit, aka the Ruach HaKodesh. May the Ruach work the miracle of revealing truth. Like it says in Daniel, somewhere in Daniel, it says, seal up the book until the time of the end. Somewhere in that same area, that same zip code, it said knowledge would increase. Increase the knowledge of your people, Holy Spirit, Father, Ruach. Increase the knowledge of your people so that we may lead the rest of our family who's in Christianity, who's into Buddhism, atheism, or whatever bastardized religion that they in, that they wake up, and that we be a living testimony and a testament against the nations and for the nation, our people, the dry bones, the Israelites. Lastly, I want to thank you for Mashiach. Mashiach, thank you for Hebrews 10. If you haven't read Hebrews 10, go back and read that. It shows the power before, during, and after, how powerful Mashiach was. You go back and knew that Mashiach knew what his mission was here on the earth. He knew what his mission was because he was before. He was before the earth was ever created. Put a one up if you believe that Mashiach was here, known before the earth was ever created. Books say he's first fruits. Father says that's his only begotten. So it would be fitting that he would be before the earth. It would be fitting that he would be before all of humanity. It would also be fitting that he leave his deity, because he was a deity. As we say around here, he was an entity. We thank you, Mashiach, for the work that you've done. Greetings, family. Greetings, family. Greetings to you. Hope you are well. Welcome to another episode of Kingdom Conversations. Put a 7 up if you love the Father, his Son, and his Spirit. And while you putting up those 7s, I'm going to greet the brother that's on the panel. Some other brothers might be joining in later on, but my good brother Najid, how you doing, brother? Hope all is well with you.
Hey, Elder Cleo, man, good to see you. Good to be on. I was actually looking for a emoji of a 7-Up can when you said put a 7-Up. So immediately what came to my mind, but I couldn't find it. Greetings to everybody, all the family in the chat. Praise be to Yah, our Father, our Master, our King, our ever-present Savior. We worship you today. I'm glad to be on with you, bro.
Appreciate you jumping on with me. And to those of you who are new, and those of you who aren't new, you see somebody in the chat, go ahead and greet them, shalom them. This is how we're going to be in the wilderness. This is how we're going to be in the kingdom, where we see one another. We don't put our head down. We don't look away from them, or adversely or conversely, how we treat the heathen. When we see them, we put a smile on our face. We put a pep in our step. So you should be putting a smile on your face right now in the chat. You should be putting a pep in your step now, getting in practice, because when we see each other in the wilderness, we are going to be shaloming each other. We're going to be loving on each other. And we're going to be treating each other with kindness, love, and respect. So get in the habit of doing that. Now, like how we always do, I'm going to greet the family. Family could have been anywhere. Let me see. Basketball is in full swing. You could be watching basketball. I don't know of any other sports. We just missed the World Cup if you're into such things. You could be somewhere having some good food. I know you Israelites like eating pork sausages, having a pork sausage sandwich, or one time I said monkey lung, but nah, y'all, you Israelites love pork. So you could be doing them barbecue ribs because it's the holiday. Some of y'all would have had turkey and ham. You eating that ham that looked like a certain group of people, which will go unnameless, but you was eating that. You could also be spending some time studying something, reading something to edify and better yourself, but you decided to join the family here at Salt of the Earth, and I appreciate it. Now, like we normally do, we greet the family good. We start from the top down, and we shalom everybody. So I'm going to do exactly that before we get into the lesson. And the reason being, for those of you who are new, the reason why we shalom everybody and greet everybody is because, for a number of reasons, but the main important reason is that the family that's in the chat are the most important people in Salt of the Earth, because we are all salt of the earth. And so it's incumbent upon you to not only share your greetings and share yourself with one another, but you take these links to these videos and you go share with the family and have them come back. When they come back, have them listen to what's being said and also read what's going on in the chat. You can read the minds of men and women, and the minds of men and women have the heart for the Father. Yes, they do. Why do you say that, brother? See, because they're law, statutes, and commandment keepers. If you're LSC, that means that you got the heart of the Father. Christianity didn't teach you to keep LSC, so I'm not going to get off the beaten track like how I normally do, because it's so easy. Shalom, Donovan Ben Yehuda. Peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. Mariella Yakita, shalom, sister, faithful sister. How you doing? Hope all is well. Devorah, shalom, Israel, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Omaya Yakita, shalom, sis, peace and blessings to you. You're not saved, get saved. Hope all is well. Matter of fact, that goes for you and your sister. Neither one of y'all say y'all should go to Creflo Dollar Ministries and say that hocus pocus banana republic prayer, and then let's see if that'll save you. Stephanie M, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well with you. Let me keep moving down the line here. Hey, Tycee Roland, good to see you, brother. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Ruach and Hamashiach, shalom, family. Shalom to you, brother. Hope you are well. Peace and blessings to you. Deja vu, shalom, shalom to you, family. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Tahuti of New Kemet, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Good seeing you as usual. My good brother Najee, peace and blessings to you. Hope the Father's been keeping you. Let's see if I could get it right. Tashi P, peace and blessings. Shalom, sis. Hope all is well. RBI Israel, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well to you with you. Set apart heart. Shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Samara, unorthodox daughter of Zion. I see you. You changed your name. I was actually on your website, on your YouTube channel, listening to some of your videos, and you had some bomb information. Keep up that good work, sis. You're doing the Father proud. The Father will say, well done, my good and faithful servant to you. If you're a law keeper, you have that to look forward to. If you're keeping the words of what the Father has said to you, according to what was written in English, Hebrew, Aramaic, whatever the language is, if it has to do with keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, you would be advised and do well to do them, contrary to what a man might say to you. Rock and Hamashiach, shalom to you, peace and blessings, Deja Vu. I think I got you. Shalom, Lynn, peace and blessings to you. Yakid, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you, brother. Yasharal Ban Malak, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Let's see here, Mary Yakid, shalom, Oxy. What say, always say, you say. You coming with the jokes. Reggie White, I see you, brother. Peace and blessings to you. Shalom. Hope all is well. Sherry B, shalom to you, sis. Hope all is well with you. I'm catching your eyes. I see. If I didn't say your name, please forgive me. If you shalom me, I will definitely shalom you and lift you up to the Father. Jason Camp for shalom, brother. Peace and blessings to you. Stanford Irvins, peace and blessing to you. Hope all is well. Yashara, I believe I got you, brother. Let's see. Mr. The Original School, hey, brother. Greetings to you. Peace and blessings. Hope the Father's keeping you. Kana Batya, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Let's see here. I'm going down the line here. If you go ahead and shalom me, I will definitely shalom you. And I don't see, okay, let me see here. Romy Black, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well with you today. My good brother, my warrior brother, Eric Tinsley. Hey, E.T., shalom, brother. Hope you are doing well. Hope the Father's been keeping you and been protecting you and making sure that you are blessed beyond your recognition, which that's my hope for everybody in the chat, is that the Father revealed that revelational experience to you that changed you where you're not the same. You're not going to be the same once you take on your culture and once you become an Israelite as opposed to being a Gentile. Ain't that something? You was a Gentile and you come onto your culture and now you're an Israelite. That's a blessing. We all don't know how blessed we are to know the truth and to be fighting this day, grappling with the truth against your enemies. Your enemies had a plan for you, which was your total subjugation, and after that, your total destruction. But the Father said, no, not the apple of my eye. You're not going to destroy them people. Not just the people here in the snakes either. He talked about the whole dispersed, transatlantics, the last captivity, the most heinous act ever perpetrated on the human race. Was perpetrated not on the fake fuse, the 1948s, but it was perpetrated on his eye. What he called the apple of his eye. Sharon O, peace and blessings, sis. Hope you are well. Son of Yaakov, shalom, brother. Peace and blessings. Hope all is well with you today. My good brother Kadar. Hey, Kadar, peace and blessings to you. Shalom to you, brother. Hope all is well with you and that the Father's been lifting you up no matter what the circumstances. Love you, brother. It's good to see you. Let me see if I got everybody. If I didn't get you, like I always say, if you shalom me and if I'm not the old head that I am, I won't forgive you. Hey, up next, troublemaker extraordinaire. Peace and blessing to you. Hope all is well with you today. So I think I got everybody. So as you see new people coming in, as somebody comes in, make sure that you shalom them and greet them. We get in the habit of loving Israelites. Contrary to what the earth says, Israelites we no more Israelite on Israelite crime. It's just Israelite on Israelite love. And now we're not talking about this flower child love, these sick stuff that these people be doing. No, we talking about brotherly love, where you love your brother and a sister according to what the book say. The book has given you outlines and instructions on how to conduct yourself. And it's a pity and a shame a man can tell you to give you 10% of your winnings and earnings, but he can't tell you nothing good about the book. He'll tell you about some hocus pocus gospel that he done what they call it, exegete, eisegete. He done G'd it up, and it's all backwards. He done gave you the answers that'll make you fail the test, like the Bible Answer Man. I'm always on the Bible Answer Man neck because I used to listen to that wicked entity talking about that he know the book. But once you wake up, you can't go back to listen to an entity telling you a heathen or a pagan or even a Gentile telling you anything what this book says. They sound like Charlie Brown parents. Wonk, 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 wonk. And then you sit back and listen to how ridiculous they sound, and they become humorous to the point where it's absolutely hilarious to see these people going around and around and around and around in circles. What you need to do is put the book down, give it to an Israelite, and say, what does that say to me, sir, ma'am? I say, sir, ma'am, because my sisters in the chat can break this book down how it needs to be broken down. My brothers can break it down. The young stars, the young men, and the young women can break down this book. Better than the Bible Answer Man, TD Snakes, Creflo Dollar Bill, Pat Hagee, that lizard, Joel Osteen, and all the rest of their ilk of the 45,000 different denominations damning you to hell. That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. I know I'm right when it comes to that. Only people that can give you the truth out of the book is the Israelites. That's it. That's it. And that's all. Nobody else. You listen to what they saying, what their dreams is, what their prophecies are. All of it is backwards, and it's so backwards and contrary. It's a wonder, as smart, as intelligent as the Israelites are, that we even fell for that foolishness. Put a 2 up if you believe that that's amazing, that you were once in the broad gate known as Christianity. Put a 2 up. I'll put a 2 up because I was in that foolishness myself. Hopefully my 2 beats everybody else's. And that's me, Salt of the Earth Productions. We were hypnotized in that hypnotrance, talking about it's the slave religion, and it didn't have nothing to do with those people. And you have some Negroes running around talking about, oh yeah, that's the white man's book. Well, white man didn't write it. You look in the mirror, somebody that look like you wrote them precepts line up on lines. The ones that you see and the ones that you haven't seen yet. Because there's precepts, there's line up on lines, there's information about this generation right now that they got hidden under Vatican Roma that has your name specifically in it. So you would be well to cling to the book and cling to the book and only the book. And that's it. And if he give you something out of something else, okay, so be it. Because the Father's working an amazing thing this day. He don't have one person bringing you the truth. He got a lot of people dropping jewels on the earth right now. And guess who they are? The Israelites.
Hey, Elder.
Go ahead, bro.
I heard you mention Hank Hanegraaff.
Yeah.
Bible Answer Man. Back in the day, I used to be one of his listeners also. I was just thinking we got to do a show on that one day. We got to break down one of his videos because he's still doing a lot of work. He's pushing not only Christianity from the perspective of heathens right now, but he's really heavily pushing all the holidays right now. I think he'd be the perfect subject matter to for a show.
I'm gonna ask the fam that, and that's a great segue into today's lesson. Hey fam, put a 1 up if you want us to burn up Hank Hanegraaff next Wednesday, because we surely could burn him up, and we don't even have to wait till Wednesday. Y'all put a 1 up if y'all want to see Hank Hanegraaff get torched, because we're good for lighting setting people on fire, setting their whole house on fire. Because we've been commissioned by the Father. The Father said, I'm not gonna spoil that, so I'm not gonna say that precept. But we'll burn Hank Hanegraaff up next week. Now I see some people that jumped in, so I'm gonna go ahead and shalom y'all. My sister and Yana Coleman, peace and blessings to you. Darlena Franklin, shalom to you, sis. Hope all is well with you. Stephanie M, peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope all is well. If I see you, if you shalom me, if I catch you, then I'm going to shalom you, right? So we're going to keep it moving. So today, family, we're going to have a discussion concerning, let me get down to my notes. Y'all give me a minute here. So the conversation is about the second Exodus. And so as we do in the conversation, you guys have to keep the conversation going when we have questions, and you answer the questions, and then the precepts would also be muchly appreciated because it's not us. Shalom, Cavity Creep. I see you. Hope all is well. Peace and blessings to you. And so we're going to jump right into it. So the second Exodus. What does the second Exodus even mean? And I always start off with these conversations with questions. And these are questions, again, family, you all are astute. And you guys are all, male and female, are well learned when it comes to this book. And so you know what the second Exodus is. These questions are for sound quality and mind check, and to set a mental note for those people that come in after the fact and jump on and say, okay, I'm not familiar with the whole second Exodus and the Israelite paradigm. What does that mean to them? Now, as far as this particular partition of being an Israelite, we believe that the second Exodus hasn't happened yet, and that it correlates with Genesis 15, 12 through 15, and it also correlates with a lot of other precepts. Shalom, stay on fire. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. JD Israel, lay truth bombs and tell them haters to take us to court. That's right. They could take me to court and really lawyer up. That's all we say right here. Lawyer up. Go get it. Go get it. Okay, so I put it in there. Let me put it back in there again because I want to make sure that we put the question up and then we go ahead and answer it. So, Yasharal Bad Malik, I'm gonna go back to what you said, but if I were to ask the family in the chat, what does the second Exodus mean to you? Can you please tell me what that is? And put your answers in the in the chat as you normally do. I don't have to tell you how to do that, but and as you put your answers up, I'll definitely throw them on the screen. And let's see here. Talmida Shalom says, peace and blessings to you. And before I go any further, I hope that the Father bless everyone, all Israelites worldwide, the dispersed all over, bless them and make them realize not only that they are Israel, but he reveals something powerful and great to you as an individual that requires you to go out and do his will. So now let's get back into the lesson. Or not lesson, I'm sorry. This is definitely a lesson conversation. So now, Brother Najee, I'm going to ask you the question that I'm asking the folks in the chat. What does the second Exodus even mean? What is this second Exodus thing?
Man, what comes to mind for me is the day is coming when the Most High said it will no longer be said, brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. You know,
Yes, sir.
it's talking about this second deliverance out of our captivities, and it's going to be even bigger than the first. I mean, we notice this is one of the things that that the Most High made known of His people, made known of His power in the days of old, that everyone knew about, right? Even in the historical books, it's written, you know, not just in Scripture, not just in the Law and the Prophets, But now, what is this? Jeremiah, I believe it's in Jeremiah, maybe Jeremiah 16.
Jeremiah 16. We got that.
Yeah.
We got that lined up on deck. Matter of fact, you gonna read that when we get to it. You gonna read that Jeremiah 16. Jeremiah 16 is prophesied to Israel and against the nations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, keep going, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. Keep rocking.
Yeah, that was it. That's what comes to mind. That's what the second Exodus means to me. You know, Jeremiah 16. What was that? Let me just bring that up instead of trying to quote it outside. All right, Jeremiah 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Praise Yah. That is what the second Exodus means to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's prophecy being fulfilled. And if you believe that you are, see how the book is talking specifically about you in Jeremiah 16, and throughout the whole book, it's talking about you. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these comments up. Romy Black says, coming back to LSC and coming out of Babylon. That's right. That you gotta come, you gotta go, you gotta run to LSC with all your heart, mind, and soul, and you run to it like your life depended on it, because your life do depend on it. Because LSC is nothing but Mashiach. That's all LSC is. Lot Christianity will tell you that Mashiach was something different, and that Mashiach did away with the law. No, Mashiach was the law. Father said he was the word. How could you be the word and not be the law? And you go do the Father's will, and the Father's will was the instructions that he gave his people. We go under that every time if we have to. We're gonna beat that over the head like we beat Deuteronomy 28:30 over the head, like we don't know no other precepts ever in the book. Sharon O, the gathering. That's right. Yvette Rivera, peace and blessings, sis. Hope you are well. Eric T says freedom from our enemies. Dema Shalom, peace and blessings. Going home. Going home. Yes, sir. I want to go home. Can't wait to get there. Cavity Creek. We want our great substitute. That's right. You go to Genesis 15, 12 through 13, 12 through 15. That's where it's at somewhere. There's somewhere. It's got to be somewhere in the book. Up next means we out, like Harriet Tubman leaving the plantation. And that's interesting. Harriet Tubman was raw. Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner. To be under that kind of oppression, and to be under that kind of that part of the construct, not early because you mid-construct, mid-late construct now, but to be involved in that, you guys go see the video where we talked about Red Summer, and there's another video I keep forgetting that we did where it talks about contraband camps and where it talks about how it was during the Civil War with our people, and how the North and the South was laying waste to our people. Harriet Tubman was a bad sister, point blank. Peace be upon her. The Father keeping her. Escape from Babylon, my brother says. Josiah Ben Yehuda, peace and blessings, brother. Good to see you. Peace, that's right. Adios, amigos. Freedom and joy. That's what I look forward to. The joy behind it. The joy. I look forward to meeting all of you and being at peace with all of you, and just relaxing, but at the same time, building with all of you. That's what I look forward to. The inventions that we're going to come up with and create. The having access to the cheat codes and then building inventions. Knowing that once we do get the cheat codes, that we'll be unstoppable. You take those cheat codes and you put those in the dry bones. And what do you get? Watching our enemies fall. That's right. Can't wait to see that happen. They so proud. It's amazing. It means no dogs allowed. So now what I'm gonna do is, fam, you guys keep lighting up the chat. Redemption, keep lighting that chat up. Light it up. Israel uniting. And that's one of the most greatest things that is going to happen. I look forward to it happening. And so you should not be down in the face and down in the mouth and looking at the doom and gloom. The doom and gloom isn't for you. See, what they have done is that they have misconstrued and I need to get my other computer up and running so I can tell you the difference between, but they have taken scriptures and mishandled them so bad. You would think that you get punished 500 different times, 500 times, and while they can just not get punished at all and continue to do what they've done and nothing ever happened to them. It's amazing that Christianity can go around conquering all lands under the guise of what the Pope's edicts and manifest destiny, and it's okay for you to go and steal somebody else's land. So I don't give a rip about the Ukraine. Matter of fact, they say whole Europe is about to go to war. Okay, great. They say Asia about to go to war. Okay, China, have at it. I'm looking forward to those things. You should be too. Those are all the Psalms 83 contention. That whole of Europe needs to get smashed. Well, the whole of Europe needs to be smashed and beaten down to powder, just like Asia needs to get smashed and beaten down to powder as well. Period. Two wicked entity groups that show nothing but disdain and hate for the Israelites, the book people. So now let's keep going. Let's ask another question. But before we ask this question, Brother Najid, I'm going to put a precept up and I want you to read it. Because here, what we don't do is we don't shoot off the hip and we don't just come out of our own mind. So before we even go any further, what I'm going to do is I want you to read this precept, bro. 1 Thessalonians 5:21, and it's verse 21. If you could read that for me, please.
All right, sorry about that.
No, that's
Prove
okay,
all
bro.
things. Okay. Problem. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good.
Prove all things means to say that if you say something out of your mouth, you should be able to line up on line, precept on precept, what's said in the book. You should be able to prove your position with the book. And after you can prove your position, what you should be able to do is hold fast to that which is good. So all of that good stuff that you've been teaching, all of those good precepts, you need to hold on to that with your dear life. Hold fast to it. Don't let it go. Don't let go of the Father's law, statutes, and commandments. No matter what Mike Holloway say, you hold on to that. If they tell you to eat pork, they tell you to do Christmas eggs and Easter trees, you say no, sir, or ma'am. I love the Father too much to be doing what he said not to do. Even though you exegesis or eisegesis wrong, which that's what you've done everything completely in error. We're not going to do that. We're going to hold on to the Father's word. So now I'm going to keep going. I got another question. I got a whole battery of questions because y'all know how I do. I like to ask a bunch of questions because, like they say, inquiring minds want to know. So the next question I had is the second Exodus in the book and is it biblical? That's actually two different questions, but it's actually the same thing. So I believe my brother Najee, because Jeremiah 16 does answer that. But before I go there, I do want to make a comment. I want to back up a little bit before I jump back into these questions. I want to make this bold statement and this bold claim about the heathen. And I'm going to say that the heathen had it all right all along. Cam 2 player, greet, shalom, peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. The heathen, the pagan, and the Gentiles, they had it correct. Now, I'm going to put this in the chat. I'm going to put it in the chat, and I'm going to put it up. And y'all going to say, man, what are you talking about? Brother C, you done lost your mind. I put it up as a record, as a standing record. The heathen have had it right all along. The heathens, the pagans, and the Gentiles were 100% correct. Point blank, period. They were right. Now the question is, okay, Brother C, how were they correct and correct in what? Well, I'm going to put the punchline in. They were correct because they did exactly this. They were correct, and I'm naming all of those groups because they were correct in what is the question? Playing their part in fulfilling the prophecies of the Bible. You see, the heathens and the pagans and the Gentiles, the ones that look like you, who are Gentiles, who are Israelites, who haven't had their heart converted to know that they the people of the book, they all conspired against you along with Psalms 83 and along with the stranger that departed with you in Deuteronomy 28, because those people were accursed to you according to what we taught in previous sessions. So with them having a perfect hatred for you, did they not do the Father's word? Did they not do his will? Somebody put the precept up where he said his word will never come back void. Because I heard some liars say, "Hey, you know what? Those black Hebrew Israelites don't they exegete, but they don't eisegete." One of them, you flip them around. One of them mean that you're coming off your own dome. You just making it fit your own thing, and then the other one mean, okay, you can rightly divide. But see, here's what the Father has given us. He's given us the ability. We can open up this book anytime and rightfully divide what it says. Only the Israelites can do that. You're not going to get no Talmudists to be able to open up this book and say, "Thus saith the Father," because that's what's written in it. A Talmudist going to run to the Talmud. He's not going to tell you what's in this book. And yet you got the whole of Christianity talking about, oh yeah, we need to bless the Israelis, the Israelites, the Israeli. See how you worked that in? That was a trip. Brother, see, you're a trip. You mean. We know how to rightfully divide this book. We can open it up and tell you exactly what it means. Give you spiritual edification, natural edification, and edification to your bones so that you can get right with the Father. So the heathens and the pagans, they was right the whole time. They have a perfect hatred for you. A perfect hatred. Point blank, period. You mean to tell me that the Father's word, it can't come back void? Because if he say they're going to hate you for my name's sake, then that's what they're going to do. And so it ain't no sense of getting mad, focusing on now. What you need to focus on is what did he say in that book that pertains to you this hour so that you can be doing his will. So I'm going to jump off of that. They proved that the Father's word never come back void. They prove it every day of their existence by doing exactly how he moving them on the board to do. They're pawns. Hashatan is a pawn, and he know it. They all pawns. So now I want to touch on something. I'm not going to go back to the questions just yet, but I want to touch on something to make everybody think about this for a moment. And I know you all already know, but I'm gonna mention it to you anyway. Hold on, I'm a 17-year-old woman. It's okay though. It's my music player there. Hey, forgive me, sis. Peace and blessings to you, and it's a blessing and an honor to have you, elder sister. It's a blessing and an honor to have you meeting and fellowshipping, because a lot of our and I'm approaching 6-0 myself personally. But a lot of the older heads are really just and are really just now coming out of Christianity and getting back into their culture. Cantu player, don't it feel good to know that you're an Israelite? And all of this time, the Father's been weighing it on your spirit, and he's been weighing that on you. And then the Ruach finally revealed it to you. Ain't that something? The awakening is something to behold. I must say this. The awakening is something to behold. You got the young, you have the old, you have the middle, in between, male and female. Even your pets probably say, oh, yeah, master, I want to be an Israelite too. And it's only fitting that you're the only people that really only took, look how cold the Father is. Out of all the people that's practicing so-called Christian, you are the only people who took the book to heart. Even though you was taught backwards that the law was done away with, but you took it to heart anyway. You lived by it. You saw the heathen, the pagan, and the Gentile. Oh yeah, that's my brother. You could call him your brother then, because you had care and compassion. And now y'all ask me the question, what the book say, the love of many have waxed cold? Well, that's probably a good thing. The love for our enemies have waxed cold. Y'all never looked at that precept like that. I say it again. And somebody get the precept and drop it in the chat. The love of your enemies has waxed cold. It says because of iniquity, that love has waxed cold. They've been treating you so bad, so much that y'all look at them, y'all like, man, we tired of y'all. We straight tired of y'all. Father, remove them, please. So now let me get back into it. Let me see where I'm at according to my notes. Oh yeah, this is the point I was going to make. Going back to everybody. Okay, so let's look at a couple of factions, because the Muslims don't really mess with the Israelites. They don't really, because quiet as kept. Farrakhan knows that we the people of the book. He knows that he's the people of the book. You got him on record saying it. You have a lot of Muslims saying it. Khalid Muhammad, peace be upon him, awesome brother. He knew it too. Malcolm knew it too. So them brothers knew that we was the people of the book, right? So now we're going to lead them to the side for this conversation. Who we are going to bring is we're going to bring the three main characters right now on the earth. The three main characters. And the three main characters on the earth are, I'm going to say, the Israelites, not the black Hebrew Israelites. When I say Israelites, put a one up if you know who I'm talking about. There's only one people, that's the Israelites. And no, we not sharing with the fews. We not sharing nothing with the 1948s. Let the Father separate the wheat from the tares, but we not sharing nothing with y'all. Y'all coming to that realization, oh yeah, them people that went on transatlantic, them is your people of the book. They say that now, but we're not trying to share with you, nor is we trying to be under Judaism. So you got that faction, the Judaism faction, which is the Talmud. You've got the Christians, the 45,000 different denominations, and then you got the Israelites. None of the three have anything in common. Only one of them go by the book and keep the book. That's the Israelites. The Christians say they love the Father, but they don't keep his word. The Talmudists, the Judaism people, the Jews, the 1948s, they don't even go by the book. They say the Talmud is our book. The Zohar and the Midrash. So each one of these factions got a certain structure and a certain doctrine. None of them is connected. But you will notice that all of them is against you. The 45,000 is against the Israelites. The 1948s, the fuse is against the Israelites. Israel stands by themselves, which is beautiful. That's great. Somebody get that precept, well, the Father before you, who could be against you? Now, not only do they have their own paradigm and their own doctrine, our doctrine is the book. That's it. What the Father said. That's it. Nothing else. You don't need to eisegete or exegete, none of that. Go by what he said. But you'll notice this difference. Each one of these groups are waiting for something. Each one of them was waiting for something. You got the Christians, pre, mid, post, tribulation, rapture. No, not tribulation. Pre, mid, and post rapture. They got three different varieties and flavors, none of which make any sense because it don't line up with the book. You can't even find a word rapture in the book, number one. And then, first of all, if you don't have the people of the book right, your whole eschatology is in error, and that makes you an errorist. You need to sit your monkey behind down and listen to what them Israelites are saying. Point blank. Judaism, they say that Mashiach is in the Talmud is boiling human excrement right now, but he's in hell boiling human excrement, and they waiting for their Messiah. So the 1948s, the Talmudists, the Zionists, the fake Jews are waiting for their Messiah. And so what are we waiting for? Well, ours comes in stages. We got stages to this. And our stages are according to the book, and there's different layers, right? How the Christians believe they gonna all the wicked. Well, when somebody get that precept, if a man be found, you find him. So I'm gonna mess it up. I know I'm gonna mess it up. You find a stolen person in somebody's hand, and what's gonna befall you? Or what about the precept? You live by the sword. You what? Somebody get the precepts and put it up. So each one of these paradigms has their own belief system, their own belief structure, but they're also looking for something. Right now, according to the prophetic calendar and according to what was written, our timeline says we should be looking for and waiting for the second Exodus, the title of today's conversation. right? We're looking forward to the second Exodus. The second Exodus is contained within Jeremiah. I believe it's Jeremiah 16, and the brother brought it earlier. Brother Najid, I'm going to bring it up, and we're going to read Jeremiah 16. And we're going to read it I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to share my screen in a second. Yeah, I got it already. I just need to pull it up. What we're going to do is we're going to read Jeremiah 16, and we're going to read from Jeremiah 16 all the way down through to I may say 16, but before we do that, there's a precept that I want somewhere, and I need to find it because we're gonna start before we go there. We're gonna start with Mark 16, and I'm gonna just throw it up. Mark I forget what book this come out of, but it's in the book of Mark. I'm just gonna drop it in, and I want you to read it. Okay.
All right.
So it's in the chat. This is Mark verse 16, and I forget which book it comes out of, but it's in the book somewhere. Go ahead and read that, bro.
Now, as he walked by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm going to put up 17. So Mashiach saw some of his brethren, his brother meaning his brothers in the flesh, who were Israelites according to the flesh. I'm about to put the same one in there. Give me a second. So he saw those fishing. And Mashiach is cold. Don't you know that everything that this man said and did always point back to Torah? And we'll prove that yet again. We've already vindicated Paul. I keep putting it. Why is it copying the same about that? And okay, they were fishers. You know what? I just deleted the whole verse. So here's what I'm gonna do. Since I just jacked everything up, I'll put the same verse in. Let's just go to Mark. We'll go to Mark and we'll find it. Hold on a second, fam. Give me a minute. Y'all say, golly, this brother always jacking something up. Get somebody that know what they doing. Okay, it's Mark 1. It's Mark 1. I'm gonna just put it on the screen. Let me see. Let me show me that. Give me the full chapter. And then Mark 16, I believe is 16. I just messed that up. Hold on a second. Y'all give me a minute, fam. Now you're about to see Galilee of fishers. Okay, so that's Mark 1 and 16. Read the full chapter. 1 and 16. And then, there we go. Okay, so now let me share my screen. Give me a second. Let's see, window, and we're gonna share it out. Okay, let me know if you can see the screen, bro. If you can see that, let me know.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, great. So I want you to read verses 16 and 17 again, just for the family's sake, please.
All right, Mark chapter 1, verse 16. Now, as he walked by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. So these two men, Simon and Andrew, they were Israelites, right? Just to make it clear for the family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep reading.
Mm-hmm. Where'd I leave off? Casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers.
Mm-hmm. 17,
and Messiah said unto them, come ye after me.
Stop right there. So he said, come ye after me. Mm-hmm. Come ye follow me as I do the will of the Father. Come go with me as I do what the Father told me to do, which he more than likely told you to do the same, because you law keepers. Mm-hmm. See, these men, Simon and Andrew, wasn't no New Testament, hocus pocus, abracadabra. Now I'm a saved Christian. These two men were Israelites that he said he was calling. Read the rest of that verse, please.
Come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men.
Do y'all know that this man was quoting from Jeremiah 16?
Mm.
Every time he talked, he always pointed you back to the law, the Psalms, and the prophets. Every chance he got, He never spoke on his own accord, but he said he did the will of the Father. But who did he come for? He came for you. Mashiach was cold. Now I'm gonna get that other one I had. What is it? Jeremiah. I believe it's Jeremiah 16, right? I believe that's what we was talking about earlier. We quoted from that earlier. You quoted from that. And I'm like, okay, this brother on point because he already, and see, here's what we don't do, fam. What we don't do is we don't typically uh depending on what we're doing is depending, and it really depends on what we're doing. We typically don't sit down and have conversations about what we're gonna bring, especially for KC. KC is mostly done by myself, and I'll go back and research and do whatever it is that we're going to be talking about. But now we're going to read Jeremiah chapter 16, and we're going to start with verse 10. So go ahead and read, bro.
All right, no problem. But right before I do that, just want to shout out two people. Hey, brother Yash, how's it going? I have not seen this.
Brother Yash.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I just saw his name, but I have not seen this sister Rochelle, Yah's daughter, in the chat for a while. Peace and blessings, sis. I hope all is well with you. You have no idea how great it is for me to see you back in the chat. So I just need to shout you out real quick for a second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And everybody who I'm throwing up right now, even though I don't say shalom, I'm throwing your name up, and the family can see you. Shalom and peace and blessings to all of you. Joe Scott. Where's the other one at? Yaday Nicole, Bantu, Yawarega, Yakumba. Man, that's a mouthful. I can't say that. My sister Notorious Hebrew, Octria Phillips. Let's see here. All of y'all that came in, they came in late. Shalom, peace and blessings. And for the rest of the family, when y'all see people coming in, y'all know what to do. I don't have to keep telling y'all what to do. My good sister Rochelle, it's always a pleasure seeing you. Sis Romy, peace and blessings. Shalom to you. Shirley Young, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings to everybody who's in the chat. Peace and blessings to you all. So now, let's go ahead and read. I'm going to take that off and put that on. Let's go ahead and read. We're reading out of the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10. Now, just to frame this, Jeremiah, I believe it's Jeremiah 16. Jeremiah 16 was one of them all. We're starting with Jeremiah 16, and we're reading verse 10. So I'm going to let you just go ahead and read. Now, to frame it, Jeremiah 16 pertains to the second Exodus. The Father said this back then. He had these men write this down for us. Go ahead and read.
And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Most High pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Most High, our Elohim?
Stop right there. The Father says he is the author of good. He creates good and evil. So get that in your mind. Good and evil, everything comes from him. Why? Because this is his construct. He can do whatever the bleep he wants, and you could put any superlative in that bleep. I didn't say no word. You could let that ferminate in your mind. He created this construct. So now everything that he pronounced on us in Deuteronomy 28, what is he saying right here? He said he was going to do it to us. He said if you don't do what I'm telling you to do, if you worship idols, if you do what I don't want you to do, and you don't want to listen to me, fine. I'm going to beat the hell out of you. And now you're asking, what is our iniquity? What is our sin? Same thing that we was asking when we was in Christianity. Well, I know it's something up with us. It's something different about us. But why we can't get it right? Everybody else come over here. You got Hamites coming over here. You got Asians coming over here. You got the Ukrainians coming over here. You got the Yugoslavians coming. Everybody can come over here and bubble but us. Why is that? Because nobody never told you was the people of the book. That's why. Keep reading, bro. Read 11, please.
Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, said the Most High.
Stop right there. The Father you have forsaken the Father. And did what? Keep reading.
and have walked after other gods.
Stop right there. So when these liar Christians talking about, oh yeah, you can't keep the book, you a liar, Eris. Why did he destroy Israel? He say that because you did what? You have walked after other gods. He didn't say nothing about them keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You was idolaters. Keep reading.
And have served them.
You served them. You served a wooden cross, and you served a cobblestone, and you served who knows what. Books say Mashiach was hung on the tree, and you running around rushing serving the Christian Roman cross. You serving them to this day. But a lot of Israelites not serving them. A lot of Israelites say, we out of that. Keep reading, bro.
And have worshipped them.
You worship. You got it in the church right now, stained glass and you could break that stained glass, you're doing a good deed for the Israelite. You got stained glass in these wicked churches talking about that's Mashiach the zigzag man. With a perm looking like a hippie heroin addict when his daddy was a carpenter. If his daddy was a carpenter, he would have been yoked up. That's logic, right? If you're doing your daddy's thing, what your daddy do, you're doing it from ground up, you're going to be cut. You're not going to be running around looking like you done smoked up fentanyl and everything known to man, meth addict. Looking like Charleston Heston and them when you're hiding in Egypt. How you going to hide in Egypt looking like Christian Bales or Tom Cruise and them? How you going to get there? You go ahead and break that glass, stained glass. You did a good thing. And you heard it here on Salt of the Earth. Bust out all them stained glasses. You ain't nothing but Cesare Borgia, the zigzag man, Charles Manson cousin. Keep reading, bro.
And have forsaken me, and have not kept my law.
Read 12.
And ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, ye walked every one after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me.
Read 13.
Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers. And there shall ye serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you.
Stop right there. Who fit that? Who fit Jeremiah 16:13? Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that you know Yah. Well, how many of y'all, when wherever you was at, you was in Akiba land? How many of y'all spoke English? Your family didn't know this land. Some brothers is teaching that some of us were here. That may or may not be true. I'm not going to argue with them brothers, and I'm not going to openly disagree with them brothers. But this right here says, you nor your fathers knew this land. Matter of fact, it's not just America. Get this out of your mind. Start thinking globally, Israelites. Transatlantic was a global world war. We was taken all over the earth and dropped off to do the bidding of the slavers.
Mm-hmm.
Get that out of your mind just about the snakes. We got family members in Brazil. Matter of fact, most of the slaves went down there.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the New World. It's the most backwards thing ever in the history of man. That's why this captivity was the Roman clay feet. It's so weak and so stupid. Weak and stupid. This Western construct is the most dumbest thing in the history of man. And the heathen are the most stupidest people on the earth. I must say that. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene and you got that other Lauren Boebert. And you got this other liar. They just caught this other liar. He said he was a few. He ain't no few. Talking about he did all these things. Nothing. He's a straight up liar. And he's still in office. They still ain't threw him out. Let's keep going, bro. Let's keep going with this book. Keep reading.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Stop right there. This is the precept that the brother brought earlier. This is the precept that Najee brought. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Father, that it shall be no more said, the Father liveth that brought up the children out of the land of Egypt. You talk about the first Exodus. He's saying you're not even going to be worried about that because this is going to be so great. Well, how is it going to be so great, Father? Well, let's think about it for a second. Let's think logically. Go ahead and read 15. Go ahead and read verse 15.
But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he has driven them.
Stop right there. Okay, so now, just think about this for a second. The first Exodus, you only had 600,000 men. I'll just round it off. 600,000 men, and not even counting the men, women and children, just the men we're counting here. They walked out of Egypt. The second Exodus that we're looking for and waiting for the Father to deliver us, the brothers and sisters in Brazil, the brothers and sisters in Germany, the brothers and sisters here in the Snakes, the brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, all the Caribbean islands, every one of them, the brothers and sisters in Cuba, the brothers and sisters in Mexico, not the Spaniards. Let's not get it twisted. We don't rock out with them, with the Spaniards as our people over here. We don't play that game. Because the Spaniards that's in Mexico is pressing the real true Israelites, which more than likely look like me over there. Look like you over there. They just speak that blah, 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 blah. I can't speak Spanish, so that's all I got for them. I'm sorry.
No, that was good, bro. That was good.
What did I say there? Was that like speaking in tongues? Scuba the baba, like Fred Flintstone? But look at how prophetic the book is, and the book is telling you specifically that he's going to pull these people out of all of these different lands. He said he dispersed us all over the earth. So wouldn't it be fitting that the second Exodus is going to be greater, and you're not going to be talking about it no more? So now, if that's so great, and you pulled them out of every land, and this was one of the questions. But before I go into that question, we're gonna continue down. Continue to read, bro. Continue to read that verse.
Right, where'd I leave off at?
You left at 15. Go ahead and read all 15 again. It's good reading. It's good. It's all good.
Yep. But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave their fathers.
So now it means that that's your inheritance. You don't want to share your inheritance with a people that's not a people, with them phony baloney makeshift people that want to steal your inheritance, that want to say, okay, now we'll let you in, but you got to accept Judaism. No, we reject the Talmud, we reject Judaism, and we reject you. Brother Banya, what's good, bro? How you doing?
Shalom, Mark.
Shalom, brother. How's it going?
We're on fire over here, man. What's up? Yeah, man. Second Exodus.
Second Exodus. This is right up this brother. Right up this brother alley. And salt of the earth is the authoritative on the earth. If you talk about the second Exodus, if you talk about the 400 year where you gonna get the real truth from, you better run to these Israelites. Now I'm not saying that we the authority over nothing else, but there's two things that we done cornered the market on. I'm gonna say this: we cornered the market on the 400 year prophecy and the second Exodus. I defy you to go out on the earth, anywhere on YouTube streets, anywhere on the earth, and find the documentaries that will compare to the work that the brothers did on this. So now I'm gonna keep going. Now, brother, read this verse 16:16. I want you to read that.
Yeah, brother, verse 16 is fire. Behold, I will send for many fishers.
Stop right there. I showed y'all what Mashiach said he was doing. Mashiach said he sent fishers. Mashiach was going back and quoting 16:16. He was doing it in real life. It's Mashiach right here. Y'all tried to, somebody on earth tried to discredit Mashiach, and the only thing he did was fulfill the book. That's all he did, which was a major thing. But now I got a question. Look at this right here, because this hit home right here. This right here. Behold, I will send many fishers. He talking about today. Who is these many fishers? Y'all should know who they are. Who's the many fishers that he talking about for this hour? He said, behold, I will send many fishers. He was talking about this time, this day, right now. Who are the many fishers that he's talking about right here? Somebody give me the answer, please. Somebody give me the answer to this. I'm going to tell you the answer. I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to tell you the answer. You know who the many fishers are? The many fishers are the brothers and sisters who've been pushing this truth in this culture since they came into it. The many fishers are all these many different YouTube channels that's compelled. Even if you got a big following or a lot of people rocking with you or not, you was compelled to jump out there and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to start talking about the Father. I'm going to start talking about the book. I'm going to start talking about the law, statutes, and commandments. I'm going to start talking about you better get back to him.
Amen.
Them fishers is Salt of the Earth Productions is fishers. Dante Fortson is fishers. We Woke Now is fishers. Teo Ministries and them is fishers. The brother Sakari is fishers. IUIC is fishers. Stephen Darby, peace be upon him, he was a fisher. My brother at We Woke Now, he's a fisher. Big Judah is a fisher. Big Levi, another fisher. The Watchman, fisher. He talking about the people who out there putting in that work, talking about get back to the Father. You the people of the book, go back to him. This explains your plight. Kemet can't explain your plight. Afrocentrism can't explain why you can't come up. Why you went through what you went through. Only people that can explain it is the Israelites. Those fishers that he called in 1616. Same thing Mashiach did. Mashiach called them fishers, them Israelites in his time. The Father called them in his time. Keep reading the precept, bro. Keep reading the rest of 1616.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Most High, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters.
Stop right there. So he gonna send out the fishers to fish the men, but now he's sending out the hunters for who? Keep reading.
And they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Read 17.
For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes.
Read 18, please.
And first, I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
Somebody got something coming. Somebody got a tail whooping coming. I wonder who that is. So he got fishers. He got fishers going on. But then he said he going to send some hunters off for somebody. Boy, I do not want to get hunted by somebody that's empowered by the Father this day, this hour.
Can I add some precepts to that?
Oh, most definitely. Tell where you want to go. You can put them up. Matter of fact, I'll stop sharing my screen.
Because the brother Najee quoted this scripture, and it was fitting when we talking about the second Exodus. You know, what this scripture says a lot of different things when you look at this scripture. Hold on, let me see if I can share my screen real quick, because I got to get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, there we go, and enhance that, and all right, now I'm gonna share my screen. All right. Okay. So the entire screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, we can see it, bro.
All right, so this is the one the brother Najee shared. And it says in Jeremiah 23:7, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that they should no more say, the Most High liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Most High liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they should dwell in their own land. Now, first of all, this scripture shows that this Exodus would take precedence over the one that was in Egypt, where our people grew and became a nation. That means that this next Exodus that happens, I know we call it the second Exodus, though the Most High brought us out of Babylon and he brought us out of Persia. He brought us out of different captivities. But this is highlighted because it was one of the bigger Exodus or the bigger deliverances that the Most High had with our people, with our forefathers, when he brought them out of Egypt. So the one that's supposed to come is supposed to make that pale in comparison, that it would never, it won't have as much notoriety as the one that's going to happen. And then it says that the Most High liveth, which brought up and led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all the countries where they had driven them. So a lot of times people think that when we talk about the second Exodus that we're forgetting our other brothers and sisters. It's not that we're forgetting them. It's just that when we look at this scripture, it shows that the north country is the epicenter of the Exodus. That means it's going to start from here, and then all the other places where the Most High scattered our people, they'll be brought out. Now, also, just to bring it to another point, we talk about what the Most High is bringing, and I heard you speak about, the wrath that's coming on this place. I think our people, we got to keep this in mind also. And it says the day of the Lord. This is talking about judgment. So when we talk about this right here, this subtitle is talking about judgment. And it says down here in 1 Thessalonians 5:8, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation. For the Most High have not appointed us unto wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Mashiach, right? By our master, the Mashiach. So what the Most High is bringing on this earth now is not wrath, it's not judgment, or it's not the curse, but it's wrath on this place. It's wrath on all these different places for what they have done to his people. And the Most High makes that clear when we turn over here to Ezekiel. The Most High says this, he says, as I live, in Ezekiel 20:33, as I live, said the Most High, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. Now you see that language that the Most High is saying, with a mighty hand, a stretched out arm, and fury poured out. That's the same type of language the Most High used when he delivered our forefathers out of Egypt. And what does he say? He says, and I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. This is talking about the wrath he's going to bring on these nations, right? To deliver his people, the salvation of this people, the second Exodus, right? It says, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there where I plead with you face to face. We know it's not talking about the first Exodus. Why? When he brought them in the wilderness, we keep reading, it says, like as I pleaded with your forefathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Most High, Elohim. All right, so, just to stop it right there and not to just, throw all the bones out there, but the Most High is planning on a great deliverance for our people. We see it at work now. All the things we see happening in the earth, whether it's financial collapse, whether it's economical, whether it's spiritual, whether it's war, earthquakes, whether you see kingdom against kingdom rising up, all these things are culminating to let his people go. Because the Most High is telling these nations, let my people go. But we just got to have faith in them. We got to keep working towards that kingdom. Keep working towards the kingdom. Keep doing what we're supposed to be doing according to what's written. Keep them laws, statutes, and commandments, LSCs, right? That way we have a hedge about us while the Most High is doing his thing. Just get out of his way. The way you get out of his way is keep them laws, statutes, and commandments. That's all I want to say.
Appreciate that, bro. Now, you done heard all of them precepts that's been read. Here's a question that I just dropped on the chat. was the 1948 Rothschild exposition, the second exposition, 1948, when they decided to put on a ship those people and ship some of them people and take over that land from the Palestinians? Did that fulfill this all the prophecies that we done read? It does. It does. It fulfills. Heck no. Put some commentary up, my brother. Shalom to you, brother. Charatazah Kalab. 1948 part of the Most High's land. That's exactly what it did. And Christianity tell you that. Christianity, I listen to this one goofball all the time for entertainment purposes, of course. But I listen to him. He's saying, oh no, they're about to part Israel. They're about to part the land of Israel. As soon as they part the land of Israel, the Father's going to judge them because we're not blessing Israel. And who gave Israel a lot of their technology to develop a lot of their technology over here and over there? Who gives them billions of dollars in defense contracts and defense armament? Who gives them money? Who gave them reparations for the whole lot? Listen how stupid America is. This is how dumb America is. America gives a few reparation for the Holocaust, and America didn't have nothing to do with the whole hoax. Where supposedly 250,000 died. Not no 6 million. I'm on record saying it wasn't no 6 million. I done showed y'all y'all don't want me to go back and get the bit the paperwork. I saw the Red Cross paperwork. Red Cross says under 250,000. And I tell you what, a lot of those were the Negro Israelites that was in them lands. They don't tell you that. Did 1948 people with the Rothschild expedition do that fulfill prophecy? I'm going to see what the fam got to say. Heck no. No. Heck no. Sister Romy Black. No, 1948 was not of the Most High. No, it wasn't. Negative. Heck no. Nope. No, niet. Niet is no in German. I'll speak German, fam. I just happen to know that. Hell to the new. Hell to the triple. Nah, no. Hell nah. Nope. Didn't even. And see, that's the thing, sis. This is the thing. It didn't fit not one scripture. You see, that's what I'm saying. If you got the people wrong, you're going to be completely baffled as to what the book is saying this hour. You're going to be completely baffled. I see why. Go ahead and say that. Go ahead and say that, bro.
Heimennoger.
Farfig Nugan. Easter Fig Newtons. Y'all out of control for real. Y'all's out of control. My brother say absolutely not. That's because America ran by their cousin. Exactly that. You'll be surprised that I want to do. I was planning on doing the show and I got vetoed, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do that show after we do the one on the Bible Answer, man. But I had a show. I had them all lined up for this one. I had them completely lined up, and I got smashed on it. I smashed my own foot. Poland said it wasn't the Red Cross number said it wasn't 6 million either. They know what it wasn't no 6 million. And the people over there, and mind you, fam, if that's the land or not, that's up for debate and discussion, right? But those people over there in that land right now suffer from skin cancer beyond recognition. That sun tearing their ass up left and right. They can't even get out of their own ray. The gamma rays and the C rays and the A rays and all of them rays coming out and roasting the hell out of them. Let's see what my sister says. 1948 was the year the Make-A-Wish Foundation for a Land was born. Yeah, you wishing that you was the book and you wasn't the book. Neither was the city on the hill. Neither the people that's backing you. Neither the people that look like you, your ancestors. Benjamin Franklin, that liar. George Washington, that liar. Lincoln, that liar. All of them was liars and deists. They didn't even believe in the book. See, that's what they don't tell you. They lie and tell you America was founded as a city on a hill. Yeah, they was founded as a city on the hill, all right? A city that's going to be tossed headlong into hell. Yes, they fulfill Revelation 2 and 9 and 3 and 9. And you notice, here's the thing, and here's what I don't want y'all to fall into the trap of. Don't fall into the trap of calling yourself a Jew. Why do you say that? Because we don't know who's who. We know that we Israelites, and that's the name I like using. I don't like no black Hebrew Israelite. That's a made up construct that don't even exist on the earth. There's no such thing in the whole earth as no black Hebrew Israelite. Stop it. That's a derogatory term. That's worse than the N word. Calling me no black Hebrew. I know black Hebrew nothing. And I'm not no Hebrew Israelite. Because there's plenty of Hebrews that ain't got no connection to the Israelites, just Israelites, and that's it. And that's all. I don't need the extras. You don't have to put no crayon box color in front of it, nor do you have to put Eber and them in it. Just call me the Israelites. We out of Jacob, and that's it. And we don't call ourselves the Jews. Nor do we worship in synagogues. So, because I done seen where the heathen, or these high IQ white people, call them. Stop saying the word heathen. I don't have to be politically correct. I'm a whole head. Get off my lawn. These white people talking about, oh, well, you're saying that you're the Jews now. You fit Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. Okay. Well, let's do this comparison then. If I fit Revelation 2:9 and 3:9, then I must also fit Deuteronomy 28. I must also fit that as well, right? Do I fit that? Do I fit Deuteronomy 30? I hit y'all over the head every time with Deuteronomy 28 and 28, 30. So let's get back to the give back. So as far as where we're at right now, we were talking about, I think I was putting up some comments. That's exactly where I was at. Let me get it right. You see how the nations try so hard to fit in places they're not ever existed. Yeah, like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai, they have to be everyone. And then we get accused of cultural appropriation. No, we done found out who we was the book. We the only people on the earth. Everybody who's dispersed that went into transatlantics is the only people on the earth that don't know who they are. Everybody else can lay claim to Russia, China, North Korea, South Korea, Mexico. You can lay claim to Canada. You can lay claim to what's that? Iceland, Denmark, Huskadoo, wherever you're from. You can lay claim to Japan. You can lay claim to them places. We the only people that don't know our religion, our culture, our language. We don't have that. So you try to accuse me of being 2 and 9, 3 and 9. Well, I don't call myself that. I'm an Israelite. So now what you gonna do with that? They are Romans. They Amalek now. It was biblical-ish. That's hilarious.
We got Elder Elisha in here.
Hey, shalom, brother. Y'all saw him come in. Shalom, brother Elisha. I hope all is well.
Hey, shalom, and peace and blessings, bros. You know, to Zion out there.
Let's see here. They asking for 8 decades before the Holocaust took place here for the 6 million Jews. Yeah, and that 6 million number. I wish I found that article. They played that 6 million number in during the what they call the Second World War. But the First World War, the Second World War, Third World War, and the Fourth World War, all of them was Israelite captivities. Everything else pale in comparison. So stop lying to me talking about some World War III. We already at World War IV with the Israelites captivity, where the clay been ruling over us, the weak ass clay. I call them weak because they stupid. They so stupid. They stupid as hell. So yeah, I wish I could find that article that I had read. I read it a couple of times. I'm gonna have to go back and search it and find it just so that y'all don't think I'm lying. The Fews used that 6 million number, I believe, in the 1800s as well. And 6 million, the number 6 means something to them. That 6 million means something to them. I read an article where it actually breaks down what it means to them in the whole nine, and I can't find it now. You know how you find them articles and you don't save it, and then you think about it, and then when you need it, you don't have it. That's one of those. So now, fam, I want to get back into some of these comments because again, the commentary is what's happening, and when you go back and tell your family as they come back and look at this particular KC. Make sure that they turn on the live chat and they can see how brilliant the minds of our men and women are. Israelites are the most brilliant people on the earth. Always have been and always will be. Even under our captivity, you was made and looked at upon to be liquid money. And they stole everything from you. But you were still innovative. You was innovative enough to show them how to build the construct, and then they beat you into building the construct. They beat your back out so that you could build the construct. They use your ingenuity, your wisdom and knowledge. They didn't have none coming from the caves. You barely had irrigation. And where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that game from? You're lying Pythagorean theorem. Pythagoras didn't know nothing until he went into Akibu land and got that intel out of there. And they give these liars credit for everything when they didn't know a thing. And that pause was for any superlative that you want to include in there. These people didn't know nothing about it. They didn't know my father used to say, you don't know your tail hole from S to Shinola. You don't have no clue what you're looking at. You would have had to have somebody who spoke the language, who could build what it is that they're talking about, show you how to do it. Then you could blow their brains out and say, look, ta-da, look at what I did, world. Ta-da, we shut off the noses off of all the Egyptian statues, so when y'all look at them, y'all can't tell that they was Negroes. But then Mashiach daddy and mom and everybody else in his whole household ran down there. Father told him, hey, go down there, hide in Egypt. His construct been lying about everything that, and see, that's another reason why when you under the hypnotrance of a false religion, you need to come out of it wholeheartedly. You need to put down everything that you learned in Christianity and start over from bakery scratch. I'm talking about speaking in tongues. You need to put it down unless you got an interpreter. You need to put down the laws done away with. Unless you're not doing the Father's will. Unless you want to be doing the Father's will, start doing that. You need to put down their eschatology. You need to put down them saying that they the people of the book when they're not. I don't care if it's Judaism, the other faction that we talked about, or if it's even the fake, phony Christians. Everything that you learned about it, you need to lobotomize yourself. Well, how do you do that, bro? Start with the 10. Hey, somebody said we should make that as a shirt. Start with the 10. Incorporate the 10 into your life. Don't incorporate what some liar telling you about. Anyway, let me get back. Let's get back to what we was talking about. We was talking about the second Exodus. And y'all bringing them line up on lines. So now how they fulfill prophecy when they ain't fulfilled nothing? See what the fam's saying. By words. You can say Yasha Allah. You can say that. I like how that sound. That sound good. Yeah, I never called myself that, just Israelite. No, I don't call myself no Jew. You from the tribe of Yehuda, then you could say that. I don't know what tribe I'm from. There's a strong indication that we could be from Judah, but that's not for certain. Straight nonsense. I got to check it out, son of your code. Let's see. Messiah calls them dogs. Yep, that's right. That's what they need to call themselves because that's what they are. Tell them you ain't got no synagogue of Satan. He says, sounds like white supremacy. We don't call ourselves here. So see, that's another thing. The Ish people want us to be mixed up into their band, want us to join. They want us to join together with them now. Now that they just say, okay, those niggers done found out who we are. We got to bamboozle them some way. Well, let's do this. Let's do this, Flickenheimer. Let's bring them in, and then let's once we're bringing them in, we'll say that they're part of Judaism. And we'll say that they're the lost tribes, but we won't say that they're the lost tribes of Judah. Let's say that they're one of the menial tribes. Let's make up a tribe name and give that to them, right? Let's not say that they're one of the 12, but let's just say, okay, we'll let you be a part of our group, but you got to convert to Israel. Now, why would I want to convert to Judaism? We're waiting for the Father to deliver us according to what the book says about the second Exodus. Why would I convert to Judaism when we're about to take over the whole earth? We're not connected to y'all, and we don't want to be connected to you. We don't want to be connected, identified with Judaism. Like you'll see them liars talking about, oh, they have a little bit. I saw one liar, and I'm gonna have to bring this video off. I saw one liar where he says, okay, the black Hebrew Israelites. This is one of the few. He's talking about the black Hebrew Israelites. Okay, that right there got my antennas up. Then he say, okay, they're mixing in a little bit of Judaism, which they want to be Judaism, and then they're mixing in a lot of Christianity. And I'm like, well, sir, you don't really know us like that, because we spit on Christianity on a daily basis. Well, so, brother C, how do you spit on Christianity? I spit on Christianity by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Every chance I get, because Christianity told me that the law was done away with. That's one of their major pillars. So now we've been talking about the second Exodus thing, right? So I'm going to go to Isaiah 11, 11, and 12. Brother Najid, I want you to read this for me as soon as I get it up. I think I already have it up, actually. Believe it or not, a little bit ahead of myself. Believe it or not. So Najid, when I throw it up, I want you to read Isaiah 11, 11 through 12 when I share my screen.
Sure, brother, no problem.
Appreciate it, bro. Shut up. Okay, so we're going to read 11, 11, and 12. And I'm not even going to interrupt you. I'm just going to let you just rock out. Go ahead and read, bro.
All right. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11 and 12. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Most High shall set his hand against, that the Most High shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and shall gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
So now, fam, who is he talking to there? We can continue to read where he talks about the vex. Judah will not vex Ephraim. You keep on reading down 13 and you read 14, where he talks about the Philistines and the children of Ammon.
All right.
Fam, who is he talking about? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead and say that.
Verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Don't let nobody tell you that Ephraim is somebody that's not according to what the books say, because I hear those arguments all the time, and actually I get highly upset when somebody try to give our heritage to somebody that's not us. And I'm not trying to separate the wheat with the with the chaff. But what I'm saying is this: you cannot say that somebody that's not us is us. And I'm sick and tired of hearing you trying to bring somebody in that ain't got nothing to do with the inheritance. If you're gonna bring somebody else in that look like Felix Gonzalez, then you might as well bring in Harry Finkelstein. You're giving away your heritage. It's the same thing. Yep, I get highly upset when I hear brothers and sisters talking about, oh yeah, these people, your people. No, they not. Them people not our people. Them people ain't got nothing to do with us. Never have and never will. Anytime I hear it, I get hot. I get straight hot. I get fired up. You said what? Them people not our people. Them people ain't connected. Them people hate our guts. You talking about eisegesis, I believe that is when you going on to your own goofy interpretation. So now let's get to the crux of the matter. So now the question becomes, we done read a bunch of good precepts, and there's plenty more. I got a ton of a second Exodus precepts that we didn't bring, and I didn't want to make this about which is always a good thing to bring a bunch of precepts, right? That's never a bad thing. We didn't even cover Jeremiah 31. We covered Isaiah 11. We didn't cover Isaiah 2, 2 and 4, Jeremiah 30, Ezekiel 36, 24 to 29, Amos 9, 11 through 15, Isaiah 27, 12 through 13, Jeremiah 16, 14 through 15, Jeremiah 31, 31 through 34, Ezekiel 11, 17 through 20, Ezekiel 37, 22 through 28, Amos 9, 8 and 9, Micah 4, 1 and 5. Luke 22 and 30, all of those, and there's a bunch more. These are all the ones that I had in my lineup. These are the ones that I know that pertain to the book, and I done forgot a lot about some of the stuff we used to teach in a lot of precepts. These ones I still got in my preceptor. Well, what's your preceptor? That's my precept book. Well, what's the precept book? Like the man say, it's the book with all the answers, because the precept book points you right back to what the book say. What's that, bro?
The book with all the answers.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, that's the classic, bro.
Hey, man, you know what? I've been looking for my precept book, man, and I cannot find it. I had a couple of them. But those precept books was on point, man. You remember how we used to break them down?
Oh yeah. I still got one somewhere. I'll make one for you though, man.
I appreciate that. When we gonna get out again?
Oh, hey, you know we already got plans to go do that interview.
Yeah. You know what? First of the year, that's gonna blow the fan mind when we do that one. First of the year, we probably gonna have to set something up. I'm gonna reach out to them brothers though. I'm gonna reach out to them probably this week and see what's up with them. Then we go rock out, because we have an affinity for all our people, whether we agree with them or disagree with them. Why? Because them are the fishers that the Bible was talking about for this hour. If you as an individual at this time, you telling your family about this book, about this your culture, and that you need to accept it, you, sir, you, ma'am, are a fisher also. And I'm not talking about teaching the heathen nothing, because I'm gonna be honest with you, all the heathens right now today could get tossed headlong into hell, and I wouldn't shed not one tear, old, young, and unborn. Dang, brother, see you cold. Yup. Somebody get that precept. He said, the love of many will wax cold. I only care for my people. And if you're looking like Charleston Heston, Christian Bell, I really don't have no compassion for you. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at right now. Maybe the Father will change my mind. But if he say Israel is battle axe, maybe I'm part of that contention. You as battle axe, you can't be talking about, oh yeah, well, I don't want to do that because that was my friend. Well, he ain't looking at you like that. The heathens ain't been, the heathen been on their job and they've been doing it well, in front of your face, behind your back, sneak dissing you, stabbing you in the back on the job, stabbing you in the back in the church. When you go to their church, what do? They look at you like, nigger, what are you doing here? In the search, we would go to their churches looking for a home, because we knew that the so-called black church was so in error. So we would go to their churches. I even took my family to a synagogue. My boys took my boys to a synagogue. That was the most strangest thing I've ever witnessed. And they looking at me like, look at this nigger. And you feel so uncomfortable. And then the spirit of error don't even be jumping on you to give. The spirit be like, man, you need to get the hell out of here.
Hey, part of my interruption, Elder, but speaking of nigger, I got to get back to the plantation.
Hey, man, listen, you take care, bro. You be well, all right? You be safe out there.
All right, sure thing.
Peace and blessings. Appreciate you jumping on, bro.
No problem. Shalom.
Be well, shalom. See here, you can't be a part of the God loves everybody crowd. No, you cannot. And shalom, anonymous. Hope you're well. If I didn't shalom you earlier, and to everybody else that came in, I shalom y'all too. Let's see this comment about the stranger. Is Chi-Town Rail. What about the strangers amongst you who follow the law, statutes, commandments, and all the feast days? They were once heathen, or you can say of the nation. Well, here's what I say about the strangers that followed out. The book say that the strangers that followed us became a curse. And so here's what I will do. I'm not worried about them. I'm only worried about the Israelites. We at the bottom of the barrel, we the tail, and I got to focus on the Israelites. If they want to do according to what, if they want to sit their monkey behind down and get under the Israelite and learn the law, statutes, commandments, and learn the feast days and do as the book say, cleave unto Israel, I don't got no problem with that. But they not my priority. The stranger is not my priority this hour. At all. Never have been, never will be. That's somebody else's office, bro. That's not my office. Point blank. That's right. Them same strangers was the one lending to you, and the book say they became a curse unto you. So why should I be worried about some other nation when we the one that's scraping the bottom of the barrel, talking about we gonna have zero wealth in 2050, zero wealth, or 2034, one of them years, they done put it in their magazine that the so-called African Americans here in the States is gonna have zero wealth. So where should my focus be? Where should my focus be this hour? And I'm only staying within my lane. My lane is not to holler at the stranger. If that's your lane, have at it. But then if you're going to do that, you need to look at what we taught about you being careful of who you're bringing in. That's right. And for that reason right there, because what they're going to do a Dana Stevens. They're going to do a Robert Callahan. They're going to do a Jim Jones. I don't see that script played out time and time before. I was a child. We making fun of the purple Kool-Aid, and he done wiped out a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of Israelites. Jim Jones. And had a flunky pastor, that Pastor Williams from San Francisco, flunky up behind him, giving him awards. And he's slaying our people. I'm not lining with no stranger. They could be more power to them. But they ain't not getting that from over here because I'm staying within my lane. And my lane suggests that, hey, focus on your people first and foremost. You ain't got to worry about no Dana Stevens coming over here talking about he teaching the Israelites. No sir, no ma'am. You ain't got to worry about no Robert Callahan coming in. Oh yeah, they came in unaware. No, they didn't. We don't entertain that. The folks that rock out in the chat and the folks that's on this panel, they straight Israelite. Straight about their people. First and foremost. That's right, fool me once, what? What's the rest of that saying? That saying that they teach. And Jim Jones was running around doing that on top of everything else. Yeah, the women there, and we did a thing on that because that was part of the thing when we had a discussion with our other brothers, and we brought out about Jim Jones. And see, that's the thing. You so-called African Americans, you Israelites, you book people need to be focusing on one thing. And if you get your focus right, you're gonna do good and it's gonna be well. Books say, may it be well with the righteous. It would behoove you to, first of all, get with the law, statutes, and commandments, get with the feast days, get with all of those things that the Father gave us as our culture and our heritage. Then once you've done that, what's next? Then you start looking at what the Father gave you inside of yourself so that you can start building and doing his will. It's not his will for everybody to be on YouTube, but he gave you an office. Well, what office is that, brother? See, I don't know what office he gave you. I know what office he gave me. And I'm operating in it. If your office is to go and to witness to the stranger, have at it. But your big bro C is going to submit this to you. Be careful. Lest not the stranger will promote himself over you, and then he'll be done took you. Like that Paula White came up through a so-called African-American church, wind up taking over the church. Documented, go check it out. That's the one who was laying hands talking about, oh yeah, Donald Trump. That's a modern day example right there. Be careful, fam. That's all. That's what I'm gonna submit to you before we move on. So, what are you looking for, and what are you waiting for, fam? You looking for the second Exodus? If you waiting for the second Exodus, why are you waiting for the second Exodus? Because you want to get out of here. I saw all those comments and all those great precepts earlier. But now I'm gonna put on my mean C hat now. Oh, there you go. You about to ask us? Yes, I am. Y'all saw the thumbnail. You waiting for the second Exodus. What you gonna do when you exit? Have you had good, deep conversation with the Father saying, well, Father done gave you them 5 talents, and you said to yourself, okay, Father, no, Father, I'm gonna be like Jonah. I'm not doing that. No, Father, I want to be like them brothers over there. I don't want to do what you telling me to do, that you know I love to do, that you put in me. What you gonna do when you get to the second Exodus? When you get there, when you get to the wilderness, what you gonna do? You want to go somewhere? You got your bags packed, you got your mind ready, you done been lobotomized, you done came out of Christianity. What are you gonna do next? When he call you home, when he tell you it's time to go home, and he take you and he put you in that land, what you gonna do? You gonna put your feet up and say, yes, I'm at rest. We can kick back now. Huh? Where say that at? What are you going to be doing? What are you going to be saying? What are you going to be building? How are you going to be living? Who's going to provide for you? What's going to be your job? Are you going to need a job? How you going to survive? Wakanda's about the Israelites. And that pales in comparison to the greatness that the Father going to build through us. How is it you going to leave here? You ain't a nation, then you become a nation. And all those people that was dispersed is all in the nation speaking all these different languages. Every language, wherever we at, we are part of those different nations. We got all these languages, all these people coming together. Now they're in the wilderness. Then what? You gonna be sleeping in tents, or you gonna be sleeping on the ground? Or maybe the Father gonna provide something for you. But what are you gonna be doing on a day-to-day basis? How are you gonna get to nation status? How are you gonna become the next superpower? When most is not even thinking about, okay, well, you know what? Hey, when I do get somewhere, you ever ask yourself, what you gonna be doing? What you gonna be doing when you get to the wilderness? What you gonna be doing when you get to the kingdom? What you making plans for? I know everybody want to get out of here. I want to get out of here too. I'm tired of here. I hate it here. I hate the flag. I hate their national anthem. I hate their songs. I hate their holidays. I hate their traffic. I hate their jobs. I hate being the most brilliant at the table and being the solution provider, the answer man, the janitor. You clean up their messes and fix their messes. You don't even get treated equal. You don't even get paid the right way for it. Saving them untold millions, making them untold millions. If you think you're going to get to the wilderness, if you think you're going to be second Exodus and you're not going to be doing nothing, guess again. What is the will for the Father in your life? What has He put inside of you to bring forth to the earth? I've been begging for y'all, begging for this since we jumped on doing KC. What has the Father put inside of you that you love? The Father is love, right? That's a precept somewhere in that book that we hold so dear. Father done gave you at least 10, 20, 15, 30 talents. Some of you, he done gave 1,000,000 talents. What you gonna do with them? You gonna be like Jonah? That's okay if you are. I ain't got nothing to do with me. But you should by now already know what your office is, and you should be operating in that office, doing the will of the Father. If you love him, you will be doing what he's telling you to do this hour. My drag hasn't changed. The same. Yeah, man, he hit us with this all the time. Yes, I do, because I'm operating in my office. The Father put in you something that you love, go do his will. Why you not doing it? When you gonna do it? How you gonna do it? Who you gonna do it with? You can go through the KC catalog and get the answers to them questions. That's simple. Why are you gonna do it? You gonna do it for so you could go, like I always say, you gonna do it so you could get a private jet? You're gonna do it to help build the kingdom. That's within you, according to what the books say. Say the same thing every time. Same thing. Never change. It don't change. Why should it? The book is consistent. Brother C in his office being consistent. Nothing else. No ifs, ands, or buts. So why are you waiting for the second Exodus if you don't want to do the Father's will? And some of y'all know y'all been hearing me for a while now saying the same thing and haven't done nothing towards doing his will. What is his will? What he gave you to do. And it ain't YouTube. It ain't getting out on the corner. It ain't street teaching. It ain't t-shirts, hats, merchandise. Although if you do want to support the channel, go to sotepp.com and buy some merchandise. Speaking of that, because a part of our office, we got a lot of things that we have planned and that we have in store, not just what you see currently. Am I gonna mention over YouTube? Of course not. That wouldn't be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Now would it? That wouldn't be any of those things. See what my fam talking about. We'll go from the bottom and work up. Whatever assignments the Most High Yah gives me. That's a great way to be. If you give you an assignment, you go do it, execute it, then he go keep giving you assignments. It's all for his will. I pledged to swore when I was 5 years old. I'm waiting. God. That's that battle axe right there. Ain't everybody talking about let's go save a heathen, or let's go prop up a pagan, or let's say somebody that's not our people is our people. Somebody ain't playing that. That's right, sis. The kingdom is within us. That's what the book say. Book says, seek ye first the kingdom of the Father and his righteousness, and all these other things will be added to you according to what his riches and glory. That's what the book say. It say that somewhere in there. Count it all joy, that's been training to be able to rule. See, listen, look at that mindset though, and see what it says. Count it all. She said, count it all joy. That's been training to be able to rule. How many of y'all got the mindset that hey, you want to be ruling? Or are you still operating in let me debate Israelite 0.5? 12 steps to being an Israelite. You at Israelite 0.5. You find out that you're Israelite. You start operating the culture. You're LSC. Okay, you 0.5. What's next? Take next. Take what? Take the kingdom. Where's the kingdom? Kingdom's within you. How do I do that? I'm going to have to replay that so I can get what the brother was saying. To be able to rule. running a tight ship on a shoestring budget. Imagine when we have the knowledge and the resource of the Creator on our side. Imagine that. That's been one of the biggest things that's been a hindrance to us, is that we've been strapped for capital, running things on a shoestring, barely making it, and then have it taken away and stolen from us by the heathen, the pagan, the fuse, and everybody else. The true culture of vultures. Imagine if you don't have to be you're not financially strapped and you're able to operate freely. Oh boy, that's a danger. That's a danger to planet Earth. You don't have to worry about finances, resources, and you can push out IP after IP after IP without financial encumbrance, without having to sell your soul for some nigger trinkets. Not gonna benefit me driving no Rolls Royce if everybody in the chat ain't got one. The whole nation should be up. Every Israelite that went through transatlantics should be up. You should be thinking about what you're gonna get. If you see the paradigm is crumbling, okay, it's pretty obvious that the paradigm is crumbling. Okay, what's gonna come after that crumbled paradigm? Start setting yourself up. Not for hearing the snakes. We don't give a about the snakes. And I didn't say no word. You play it back. I didn't say any bad thing. I love that message operating off. And I'm staying in my lane, sis. I'm staying right in Brother Cleo's lane. I'm not getting out of that. Not getting out of it. That's what everybody needs to do. The Father then gave you a lane. Why you not playing in it? You know your lane, you operate in it. Matthew 24:14 KJV. In this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for the witnesses unto all nations, and then the end shall come. The gospel is the good news that Mashiach came for the Israelites. He fulfilled Hebrews 10. He was Hebrews 10. Lamb slain. The sacrifice. Father Cody sent Mashiach because he knew he was going to destroy us, and we wasn't going to be doing those sacrifices for nothing. Books say without the shedding of blood, there's no remission of sins. So how you going to get around that? How you going to get around it? You can't get around that. Brother Yash, Isaiah 60:68. Who hath heard such a thing? Who has seen? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day, or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. All praises to the Father for the book. All praises to the Father for the book. That's why I love the Israelites. Because you know what? The Israelites know this book down cold. See what my brother's saying here. To be honest, I'm all about talking about Yasharah and how to identify who they are through scriptures, and some of them none of us on YouTube touch, but it's hard to speak in text. Okay, so bro, here's what I recommend that you do. And we can talk either via phone or we can talk via email, and we could do either or, and we appreciate all comments. And so, brother, if you want to reach out to us and you want to holler at us via phone, any of you guys, you want to holler at us, you guys can hit the email up that's scrolling across the banner, and we will respond to your email. And then if we need to take it further, we'll respond to that further. And we appreciate you, brother. We definitely do. If you go back and look at our stance is we staunch Israel. We staunch Israel 1,000%. And no, it's no time for that. It's definitely time out for that. See, that whole debating thing, that's Israelite 0.25. You know how you get fired up when you become an Israelite. You're like, man, I want to crack everybody's spine open with this book because I'm a swordsman now, right? And you'll see people in the comments section. You could tell how you're dealing with a young Israelite, because the first thing that they do is they try to correct and check the person who's bringing whose YouTube channel is number one, but then they try to come and check and correct those individuals. Not saying that you're doing that, bro. I'm not saying that you're doing that, Shy Real. I'm not saying that at all. But this is how you can identify who's a young Israelite, young in the game, because they be so on fire that they be like, oh, you ain't got your fringes. You're talking with your hair covered. Okay, well, if you believe that, then why don't you go do your own YouTube channel and you teach everybody the right way, which brothers already know what you're talking about. You're not bringing nothing new to the game. You can spot an Israelite 0.5. Israelite 0.5 want to run around debate. I'm not debating you about nothing. I know who I am. I know what my office is, and that's where we get down. I'm not doing all that extra funny stuff. That's funny stuff to me. You debating this hour. Debating about what? But they debate you about the book for what? I'm not talking about you, Brother Sean. I'm just saying in general. I'm not debating about the book. Ever. Why? It says what it says. We the Israelites. Okay. We fit Deuteronomy 28. Okay. We doing Deuteronomy 30. Okay. We believe in the second Exodus, and the second Exodus pertains to us. All right. We living by the Father's word, his law, statutes, and commandments. Okay. We keep the feast. All right. All right. Cool. That's all great. I'm not going to argue with you about no name. Think I'm arguing about a name when the books in the book it say he got a new name written on his thigh? So why am I arguing about Mashiach's name for? You don't even know what that name is. And then on top of that, somewhere in Isaiah, somebody could get the precept, he gonna smoke somebody for calling him out of his name, call him a name that's not his. Maybe it's that old name. Maybe it's the L word. Maybe it's a Jesus the Christ. Maybe it's one of those phony baloney terms that Christianity has appended to him. Maybe it's God. If the second Exodus means something to you, how? What does it mean to you? Are you telling your family about it? What you telling your family about the second Exodus? What you telling your family about the book this hour? Is you telling them to come out of Christianity? Don't tell them to come out of Christianity. Tell them to sit down and read the book. Matter of fact, read the book to yourself and have the Father, pray that the Father reveal to them that they read about themselves. It's a mirror image of you. It's talking about you. No time to debate. Hey, Joyce, sis, how you doing, sis? Hope all is well. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope the Father's keeping you. No time to debate. The time is collaborative. That's right. The time is for building. Building something. Building for the sakes? No, not building for the sakes. Building something. Build what? I don't know. Oh, I know. Because I know what I should be building in my office. But you got your own office that you need to be building in. I got my own office. Everybody in this chat room got their own office that the Father done said to you individually, I want you to bring this forth to the earth. And you know what it is. You don't have to ask your brother, see? You have a conversation with him. And he'll set you straight. And he gonna tell you, I done already told you. What you love to do, I put it in you. What you love to do, I want you to bring it forth to the earth. Well, why should I bring it forth to the earth? For the people. So the people can benefit and be edified. So the people can prosper from it. So you could prosper from it and benefit from it. So your children's children can benefit from it. So the kingdom can benefit from it. That's the second Exodus. Not about you waiting for next. You take next. You see an industry, you go get it. I don't care what industry it is. Don't matter what it is. Because if you got an unction to go get it, that means that the Father put that in you. Don't ask me, ask him. No, we don't do no debate here. That's not our task. Well, it's not my task because I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Surely not a heathen. When the heathens would come up to us when we was on the street, I would let them have it. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, if this is my book, why is this idiot coming to me telling me what the book say? When I know they whole shtick. I know they whole shtick because I was learning they shtick from my elders, my aunts, uncles, cousins, father, great grandfathers. All of them was pastors. Grandfather, great grandfather, great great grandfather, all pastors on my dad's side. So I know the shtick of Christianity. You can't pull that on us. It's good to see you, sis. I'm hope you are well, and I hope the Father's been keeping you. I hope you're better. That's a blessing to be better. That's the blessing to be in the land of Israel. It's a blessing. You all, we don't even know how fortunate we are. We have no idea how fortunate we are. Your ancestors that's recorded in the book was waiting to see this hour. They thought that they was going to be the ones where Daniel applied to, where knowledge would increase. They thought that they would see Mashiach again. They was hoping to be those ones that the book was talking about. And guess who it is? It happened to be you. That's right, sis. Awakening daughter of Sarah. Peace and blessings, sis. Blessed to be in Israel, unless you are. But now you have a major responsibility. Your responsibility to first and foremost, if you're being Christ-like, who did he come for? And who did he told you not to go to, who not to go to, but then he told you specifically who he came for. If you're being like him, you would be operating in the same thing. Would you not? Me too. My grandfather and father were pastor. Yo, I had cousins to this day that's got phony baloney hocus pocus. Oh, say this mumbo jumbo scuba da baba, then you're saved. Bunch of foolishness. You know, the most silliest thing that's so this is the most the two things that's silliest on the earth right now is the whole idea of the Western construct and that they superior and their religion. Those are the two most craziest, baffling things on the earth right now. I'm going to say this. That's even more baffling than Hashatan himself. Christianity is baffling. And then you got that liar vocab Malone talking about, oh yeah, and other what's that one dude? That Berean joker talking about, oh yeah, they got differences, Berean, if this ever get back to you, hey, you still waiting on Kirk Cameron and now with that phony baloney rapture? You go on the offensive. Okay, so what do y'all believe? Y'all believe what Darby taught y'all? Rapture came in the late 1800s by a wicked entity that looked like a bird named Darby. We brought that out. Christianity is the Israelites yoke, snare, and stumbling block. That's right. Absolutely. Put a one up if you free since you came out of Christianity, you accepted your culture. Put a one up. Put a one up if you accept your culture. My brother, he said, but foolish and unload questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strife. 2 Timothy 2:23. God. They have inherited a whole earth and inherited lies. We inherited the slave master lies telling us, okay, we're only going to give you 2 pages out of the book and all the other books we're not going to give you. And the 2 pages that they gave you all pertain to them caving your head in. And it's okay for you to do it because you're a beast of the field. You're an animal. Look at all the lies they tell they come up with. You're a beast of the field. You're an animal. You Canaan. You Cain. You all of these things. All these bywords you are. And they can't break it down. They can't exegete or eisegete how you got there. They just say it and it's so. A white man say something is so, and he's a moral authority over the earth. If he say it, then it's right. If it's white, it's right. If it's black, you need to step back. Hey, I made a rhyme there. I need to get into hip hop. No, I'm just playing. Y'all put them things up. And see, you could probably put all of the differences that Israelites have, and you could probably count them on your 10 hands and your 10 toes. But how do you get to 45,000 different denominations of Catholicism? Because that's what it is. Them wicked church fathers, those bastards was Catholics. They won't tell you that. But that's what they was. Exactly what they was. You got 45,000 different denominations of Catholics. Let's see what this is here. I'm putting up comments from the fam now because I done already sweated y'all about you doing the Father's will. So I'm gonna get off of that in a second as I'm gonna read the family's comments. Then we go close out. Hey, Yasharah, Edomite woman tried to set me up so she could call. I don't know why she would be trying to set you up, but the bottom line is there's nobody on this earth want to mess with the Israelites when it comes to this book. I don't care if you're a black Christian church member. I don't care if you a heathen. I don't care if you're a pagan. Nobody wants to mess with you when it comes to this book because nobody can rightfully divide like the Israelites. I say this all the time. When you open up that book, put a 7 up if it hit different when you open it now. And the Father don't be giving you revelation or experience and knowledge when you be reading. You'll read the same precept once and you read it again in a month. The Father gonna give you a new something that you've never seen before. I mean, the Ruach is not working with the Israelites this hour. Need to stop playing with the Israelites. Let the people go. Do like y'all was gonna do when my brother, I can see his face now. I can't call him. But how he was trying to get us, let us go and send, how Farrakhan said, let us go and give us a good send off, but let us get the hell out of the snakes and everywhere else, not just here. Just let us go. Because we're not praying for you and we're not asking for your forgiveness. Just leave us alone. Let us go. We don't want to be here. We're tired of here. Let us go. Send us a good send off. Do like the book say in Genesis, what is it, 15:12 through 15, and they will leave a great substance. And see, he everybody knows that the greatest smash hit on the earth right now is the Israelites, number 1 in rotation. Everybody talking about you. Everybody look at you now. Hey, you notice how white people look at you now? Do you notice how they look at you now? You know what the first thing that they think about now that pop into their mind? Does that nigger right there think that he's one of those goddamn black Hebrew Israelite things? The nerve of that nigger. Oh my gosh. He has a beard. Do you think he's one of those? One of those nigger Israel? I'm sorry. Do you think he's one of those Israelites? Do you think he thinks that? You think she's got her head wrapped? What do you think that is? That's a Muslim thing, isn't it? Yeah, that's what those Muslim guys do. Those Muslim females, they wear those things on their head. Huh? No, what that brother does is he panders to the Israelites because he know that that's the hottest game in town. Now, if I was about to collect his views, that's what I would do too. I would do that too. I would pander exactly to those individuals, and that's what I will focus on because I know they're gonna look and see what I'm talking about. They're gonna be mad and they're gonna want to comment and debate. Man, I'm not commenting and debating you, Mike Holloway, or any other foolishness that comes through there. Because I'll say this: since 2019, there's only one group of people been able to explain what the hell has happened and why. 1-800-CALL-ISRAELITE. 1-800-CALL the book people. Waiting daughter Sarah told us we were 1/3 human. 2 3/5 of a man, they say. I won't debate, but I'll listen if you make a good point. We got here from throwing off logical fallacies. I agree with that, bro. Next says, I can't understand why our people would stay in something given to us and beaten into us by slave masters, and they didn't even give you the whole book. They only gave you 2 pages. You say, this is honor your slave, honor the master, honor the one that owned you. They gave you 1 book, 2.5 pages of the book, and say, this is what it is. This is what the go by is. The Most High said, don't trust your enemies. That's right. That's book. That's book. Point blank, period. Let's see here. I do not expect you to answer for him, Cantor player. Marine needs to answer that question for us. Oh, Khan. That's right. So, fam, I'm gonna pull it down. I'm gonna pull it down. We've been going for 2 hours and 14 minutes, and I got to jump on the good slave ship, work for somebody else. But I'm gonna read a few more of these comments. Book has always talked to me and convicted me. I thought I was close to Brother Cleo age, but he's got me by almost 19 years. But there was no YouTube when I found this out. Reading the word. That's right. That's right. And see, that's the great thing about the Father. The Father's cold. The Father saw that we would be speaking English, and he said, okay, you know what? I'm going to give it to you in English. You can get to the Hebrew if you need to. You can get back to the Hebrew if you need to. Not Yiddish. But I'm going to give it to my people in Hebrew because I took away their culture. I took away their language. I took all of that away from them. So surely I'm going to leave a breadcrumb so they can get back to me. Surely most of my people right now speak that bastard language, English. I hate the English language. Hate it. Because it's too confusing. When you use there, they are, there, and THER is different from THEIR, and then you got the one where it's THEY apostrophe RE. Okay, why y'all got so many confusing things? Just say a word and that's what it means. Why y'all got to be confused with it? Hey, JD Israel, peace and blessings to you. Hope you're well. Peace and blessings. So, fam, it was great rocking out with y'all, and it was good that Christianity, man. Christianity is stupid. It's the outside of, I don't know. Okay. Christianity definitely the dumbest thing ever. It's the dumbest religion on the whole planet ever. It's even worse than Islam. I must say that. But I'm trying to figure what's the craziest things that the heathens got out right now. Is it their religion? Is it their politics? Is it their belief that they're supreme? They're the supremes, and we the dust of the earth, or the beast of the field, that's all they call it. Their pride and them looking for the rapper. I mean, what y'all think the craziest thing is? I'm just asking, and I'm not going nowhere just yet because I just got some. I just got some in my eye. What y'all think is the craziest thing that the heathens got a stronghold on that they put out now? I'm going to go on record as saying not their government, because their government is stupid as hell. Their government is ridiculous because they don't even go by it, nor do they hold themselves. If they went by what they have written in their government, in their constitution, and in their laws, they would have executed Trump for all the heinous he did. Now I'm going to say white Jesus, white supremacy on Yashadek, the transgender agenda. That they can be say, yeah, that's connected to that whole white Jesus thing. That's surely a hanging on to the ish folks. Yep, all of it is crazy. Yep, y'all on point. They'll push us Sodom and Gomorrah, white Jesus, LGBT, female phallus, out of control. Christian insanity. That's a perfect name for it. Perfect name for it. All foolishness. We appreciate you, and Octavia Phillips, bring your family on through. And I didn't hit y'all up for that Trinity offering, so y'all make sure y'all send y'all 10% offering to the Brother C at Google and Yahoo.com / give me them ends. Let's see it. Them going to Mars is the stupidest thing, yeah, because they ain't got even got out the dome. They ain't got through the Van Allen belt, what they call the Van Allen belt. Notice how they always have to name something after themselves. Like how the book say they'll seek to paint their likeness. They whitewash everything, then they got the nerve to name everything, give it a different name so you be confused as hell. Spiritual Christianity, Omiya Yakita. Well, Omiya, you saved, so you partake in that spiritual Christianity. No, I'm just messing with you, sis. I always pick on her and her sister just because I just like doing that. I pick on all of y'all because, matter of fact, I ain't told all of y'all that none of y'all was saved. Did I tell that y'all today? Okay, I'll say that to the chat. Chat room, ain't none of y'all saved, but y'all need to get saved. Y'all need to go to your biggest Christian church that's near you. I don't care if it's a white one or a black one, and you need to go get saved because none of you Israelites is saved. So that's that. When they see the black Messiah, yeah, when they see Mashiach, oh boy. Before then, though, we will have our act together. They think they went through slavery, man. They went through nothing. My man say, "Hey man, don't mess with Anita Baker. She's a bad songstress. I love Anita Baker because Anita Baker doctrine caught up in the rapture of love." Y'all Israelites got jokes and y'all out of control. Out of control. Hey, Davey, nice. Peace and blessings to you. So we wrapping up, fam. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give my brothers that's on the panel. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I'd rather pay you tithe. Yeah, give me them 10% that I need to get. Y'all, matter of fact, I ain't hit you. When the last time I hit y'all up with a Trinity offering? Y'all know y'all owe me a Trinity offering, and now one of y'all hit me up with that Trinity offering yet. I'm trying to get the church fund set straight. So y'all need to hit me off that Trinity offering. Come on now, stop it. Y'all need to quit playing with me and not only get saved, but then you also need to give me them Trinity offers. Can two player that they put up their whole trust in John Hagee, worshiping the Ashkenazi. Yeah, you know what? That John Hagee is almost like he's almost like he's a Mossad agent, sis. How he comes off and some of the things that he said about those people. It's almost as if he believes that he's a Jewish person himself. Last one I'm gonna put up: notorious troublemaker Hebrew. The delusions that they are superior when they steal everything from us. Yeah, that's one of those things where they get credit for absolutely nothing. And yeah, Yash, I do need a new jet. I ain't got the first jet yet. One of my sisters say I have Vic coming in the niche for you. Hey, but you know what? Do you have some of that frankincense and myrrh, that expensive stuff? You got some of that? You can send some of that to me. I'll give you the address. You can hit me up via email. You can send me that address, and I'll take that frankincense and myrrh. But that's not going to czar you for giving me that 30% Trinity offering. So, fam, I'm gonna sign off. We're gonna sign off in a minute. I'm gonna give my brothers the last words. Go ahead, brother Elisha. You go ahead, greet the family, give us some last words, and then we go sign out. Let's see. Turn it back.
Well, peace and blessings to all the Israelite family out there. Sorry I came in so late, a long day, but just wanted to show support to my elder brother here. So peace and blessings to Elder Cleo, good brother Najee, all the Israelite family scattered to the four corners of the earth. Zion, we got next. And until next time.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Brother Najee, what say you, brother?
All right. Good to hear your voice, Brother Elisha. Man, glad you came on, man. Always great to have you on. Omiya Yakita, man, you almost let Elder Cleo get away without asking for the Trinity offering. But I did note, Elder Cleo, that you raised the Trinity offering. It used to be 10%, now it's 30%, bro. Are you?
Hey, man, that's a Trinity, man. You need 10% for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's what they say. So it's 10% for each one, man. We need to get them 30%, man. I need that. You got to get that private jet, man.
No, all right, bro. All right. Great to be on with you, Elder, as always, man. All right. The Most High bless and lift up every one of you in the chat tonight. Bless your families. Keep yourselves engulfed in the Word, the Father. Stay in the faith of our Savior HaMashiach. Second Exodus is our hope because it is promised of the Most High. He will stretch forth his hand and gather his people. Stay in the faith, everyone. Be strong. Till next time.
And this has been another Salt of the Earth production. I keep telling y'all every chance I get, y'all need to get saved. So go on and get saved.